Okay, good morning. Let's tap in. Last class for October. We've got our kettlebell strength and power today. We did our strength and conditioning a couple weeks ago earlier, so power and conditioning are going to be pretty similar, but there's a couple differences here that I want to highlight as we go into this power class. Now, conditioning, very much go, 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 in the sense that we're doing things very consecutively, we're nonstop motion. The purpose is to get in as many reps as possible or to get through our set as continuously as possible without breaks. When we get here to our power, if you need to take that break between reps to reset, the purpose of power here is to create the biggest explosive force possible. So it's not to, if we were doing a jump, right? Because we will be doing one today. This would be more of a conditioning style jump. If I was gonna go power, it would be more like, and the difference is that I'm trying to get the biggest, most powerful jump in power, not to use the same word twice, but the most energy I can into each individual jump. And conditioning, I'm just focusing on getting as many jumps as possible without rest in between. So as we go through today's, if my speed is a little fast for you, slow it down. I want you to be able to really explode here, okay? Let's take it down to the mat, quadruped. We're gonna start warming up our spine. Hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. And you can tuck your toes if it's comfortable. You can also leave them flat if that feels better. We're gonna take a big inhale, push the floor away with your hands, and you're going to stretch your back up to the ceiling, stretch those shoulders, tuck your chin and your tail. Now let's exhale. Sorry, I might have been a little close to the mic. Exhale and stretch the belly, squeeze the shoulders, pull the mat in. Do two more. Big inhale, push, and exhale. Last one. Big push, big stretch, and take that spine to neutral. Again, tuck or not tucked on those toes, whatever's comfortable for you. Step one leg forward so it's on the outside of your hands. And then we're gonna reach that same side up. Big GSA stretch. Bring that hand down. You can move your foot in between the middle of your two hands. Push back, stretch that hamstring out on that front leg. We're gonna switch sides. You can send that foot back. Step the leg on the outside of the hands. Reach up. Walk that foot to the middle between your hands and push back. Go back to the other side. Step on the outside. Reach. Bring the hand down. Move the foot to the middle. Back to the other side. Reach. Stretch. We'll do one more on each side. Reach. Hamstring. And last one, step it forward. GSA. Okay, returning to that quadruped. Take it all the way over onto your back. You're gonna set up for a dead bug. Get our core activated. So with the feet on the ground, I want you to dig those heels in a little bit. Use your abdominals to push the back slightly to the floor. And then use, by pushing your heels into the ground, use those hamstrings to just gently lift your tailbone up off the floor. Let's take a deep breath, reach up, and then we're gonna bring those legs up to 90 degrees. Inhale, you're gonna reach opposite arm and leg, and bring it back to center. Switch, so if you're reaching left arm, you're gonna stretch that right leg. Keep that core engaged. I wanna feel my back on the floor through my whole rep. And we're gonna do 5 more. Think about that stable core here. Feel the mat underneath that low back. If you need to, you can lower your leg just a little bit instead of all the way. The goal is the core activation, not getting all the way to the ground. Let's go one more big stretch on our dead bug, reach. And then we're gonna bring it to beast, roll it over, quadruped. Tuck those toes, push your toes into the ground until those knees lift up. Today, instead of doing taps, we're going to hold our beast, reaching forward. Now watch that we don't crank the neck and look where we're reaching. Keep your eyes focused between the hands on the mat. And you're gonna reach that arm up and forward. You're gonna do 10 of these reaches. Dig in those toes and reach. Like you're gonna shake somebody's hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll it over again. Finish off this little mobilizing warm-up with a single leg glute bridge. So you can hold on just gently onto the sides of your thigh here. We're gonna push those hips up using the other leg only. Let's do 10 on each side. 2, hips nice and level. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Go ahead, switch sides. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna set up again for that dead bug. Your core aligned, arms reaching up, and 10. And 5, last 5. And turn it over, beast with reach. 10 of these, tuck in those toes, lift and reach. Keep the eyes down, neck neutral. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. Bring it back over. Finish with that single leg glute bridge. 10 on each side. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Eight, 9, and 10. All right, little mobilization prep done. We have one more little warm-up drill, and then we're gonna handle the kettlebells. Okay, got some water here. So we've got 3 moves here. We're gonna do 3 rounds. First one is our eccentric squat jump, or toe drops, as I've now learned a new name, which I really like. I feel it's really fitting. I've always looked for a name for this exercise. I always call them eccentric squats or squat jumps. But for our toe drops, as we'll now call them, we're up on our toes. You can reach the arms up, and then we're going to land as quickly as possible and freeze like a statue into our landing position. And we don't want to stomp. The goal is to kind of land pretty quietly, but quickly. So like it shouldn't be a purposeful stomp into the ground. There will be maybe like a slap into the ground of your feet, but you're not trying to exert force into the floor. You're really just trying to absorb. Sorry if that's a little talky. So on our toes, breathing in our position. Remember, we talked about power, so rather than just going, right, we're gonna hold, back up. We've got 5 of these. Next one we're gonna do is a lateral bound. For this, we're gonna start, you're gonna have single leg balance on one side. We're gonna laterally travel to the side, stepping to our other foot, holding that balance. And we're gonna be doing this 5 on each side, so you'll just do 10 travels. Opposite arm action, like our dead bug, will help you balance here. All right, and then the last one we're gonna do is a hip switch. So for this, take that landing position from your toe drops. We're gonna hold this position. Now, still facing forward with your upper body, you're gonna take this lower body, staying low, switch to the left and back to center, to the right and back to center. What you wanna see here is that my upper body, okay, toe drop position, my upper body stays still while my hips move. And this is getting my upper body, my lower body, the ability to separate and act like different parts. Okay. Everything's gonna be for 5, so it's easy to remember. And if it's something that involves one side, a left or a right, we're gonna do 5 each side. Starting with our toe drops. Okay. Feet about hip width apart, a little more narrow than your regular squat. Up onto your toes, hips nice extended, squeeze your butt, up, landing. Draw yourself up again. 3. Balance right. All right. You take your time to complete your power reps here because I want each one being the best it can be. Okay, let's start with that single leg balance here. Shift your weight to one foot. Get our opposite arm action going. We're gonna bound to the side, switch the hands, switch the foot. That's 1 and 1. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. And now last on our 3, hip switch. If you want to get into position by doing a toe drop, now hold position. You can reach your arms forward if it helps. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, and 5. Take a little rest. Going back to toe drops, so 2 more rounds. All right, Let's go from the toes all the way up. One more. Take it to the side. Three, 4, 5. Good. Now hip switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. One more round. Ready for that last set? Okay. Toe drops first. Last one. Two. 3, 4, 5. Last one, hip switch. 2, 3, 4. Okay, rest. And let's get those kettlebells. I'm gonna go with my 26. If I have my 35 upstairs, I'll probably pick that one too. Something heavy. Okay, remember, it's power. So the most explosive you can be. So it's not necessarily your heaviest weight, like strength, but it's also not gonna be a lightweight, like conditioning. Somewhere in the medium, something that you can move very quickly with a lot of power. We're gonna start it off with cheek cleans and plank to side plank here. So for our cheek cleans, we're gonna have that kettlebell both hands. All right, we're gonna kind of get onto the balls of our feet a little bit more than our heels, almost like you're about to jump. Load those hips just slightly. So we're thinking kettlebell swing hinge on the balls of our feet. From here, you're going to snap your, oh, I hit myself. That's a blooper. So we're going to snap those hips and pull the kettlebell up, at which point we're going to switch our grip, elbows under to holding in a goblet, okay? So from here, load in the toes, a little bit of a hinge, and that's our cheek clean. Okay, so it's not like a full clean. We're not doing a rack. It's a cheek clean. So we're gonna end up doing 6 of these. So something heavy, right? Because we're gonna do 6 of the most powerful, explosive pulls we can do. Just try not to hit yourself in the pelvic region like I did. That mostly happened because I didn't pull my kettlebell. Okay, so we have 6 of those, and then we're gonna finish it off after with 6 plank to side plank. So from here, we're on our plank. We're gonna take it to the side, reach, hand back down, tall plank, take it to the other side, reach. Now we're only gonna do 6 of those 3 on each side, so we're gonna take it nice and slow. We have 4 rounds today, so we're gonna go through 4 times, and then we're gonna get another super set squeezed in here. Okay, guys and gals and theys, thems, all of you. Let's go with both hands, snap. Remember, each one is the most force you can put into it. So not continuous, take your little rest between each rep. Follow my example, my lead, load in your toes, and reset. I'm gonna do 2 more. All right, just gonna put my kettlebell to the side, into my plank, reach for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. And that's where we get to rest. How are we feeling? Just checking my volume. Let's check the stream. Looking good. All right. Have your sip of water. We got 3 more sets to get through. Okay, let's get that kettlebell in our hands. So now that you did your first round, okay, you see 6. See if you can go a little heavier and still move that weight well. Load into the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 more. Put that kettlebell down. Take your time. You don't have to go at my speed. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get to break. Set an actual timer this time. Halfway through, 2 more sets. Let's load it up and get set. Snap those hips. Two more. Bring it on in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're gonna do 1 more round. Hang in there. load up those kettlebells. Okay, into those toes. 2 more. Woo, way up to my heels. That was not a good landing. Let's do one more. All right. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is done. So this is something I will have to use dumbbells on this. I no longer have matching kettlebells. So if you have matching kettlebells, use your kettlebells. If you have matching dumbbells, use your dumbbells. I'm gonna use my dumbbells. So we're gonna need 2 weights for the first one. So first exercise, we're gonna load up. We're gonna do a for real squat jump. So you wanna kind of load it a little bit, just like your landing position, take off, and I wanna make sure my goal here is to get my hips fully extended in my jump. So I don't wanna jump like this. I wanna make sure when I jump, my hips extend, my legs straighten out. So really think about when you jump, bring those hips forward and up. And you can even stay on your toes and just think about that. And as you get more comfortable, you can extend the hips. Doesn't need to be a big high jump. It can just be a slight toes all the way up or off the ground. 6 of those, holding a dumbbell in each side or a kettlebell in each side. Gonna follow it up with a single kettlebell swing. We're gonna be doing, sorry, I said 6 of those. We're moving on to 5. We did 6, now we're moving on 5. 5 jumps. Then single arm kettlebell swing, 5 each arm. So you're gonna do 10 total. Last one, kettlebell. You can have it in goblet. You don't have to hold it upside down. Whatever way you'd like. Keep that core engaged. And we're gonna march 5 steps each side. So the power here in our first 2, our march is gonna be core focus. The first 2, however, are gonna be more power. So with your jump, remember again, you can take that little rest between each rep so you can make each one good. Don't think you need to jump, 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 jump. Focus on each rep being of its own good quality. Same goes for the swing. Big focus on really pushing that kettlebell. I encourage you to use something a little bit heavier on this one so you can really get those hips moving. So without further ado, let's get to it. This is our last circuit. We're gonna go through 3 rounds of these 3 exercises. Power, power, core. Let's do it. You got your weights of equal sizes. And if you don't have 2 weights that weigh the same at home, you just make sure you can do 4 or you can up it to 6, but you do an even number on one side or an odd number, whatever. Just make sure you do, like if you have a 10 and a 15, do them on one side, switch the weights, and then do your other finish it off, so like 3 and 3 or whatever. Just make sure you're doing both sides evenly, or you can switch between sets, do an extra set. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get to it with our squat jump. Remember, extend those hips. Two more. That's it. right? Each one just big and powerful. Now, single, swing. Each one. And 10, now goblet. Okay, hold it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What do we think? First round done. Okay, 2 to go. And you know what? We got time. We'll do all 4. We'll do all 4. We got time for that. Okay. Starting with okay. Even weight. Each jump as powerful. It can be full hip extension. Let me see from the side. That's it, just 5. Now swing. As 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, goblet and march. And 9 and 10. Whew. Nice. 2 more rounds. How we feeling? We're pretty deep in the power workout. I can feel it working. I can definitely feel the effects. Let's get it. Big hip extension each time. Not about how high. That's it, just 5. And swing. March. Okay, folks. 1 more round to go. 1 more round to go. Okay. Let's get it. This is our last round, and then we'll just do a quick little stretch. Nothing too serious. And Last one. Whew. Okay. Clear a little room for yourself. Big stretch up with your arms. Let's take 3 big circles. And on this last one, I want you to melt down as far as you can go. Let those shoulders hang. Relax your neck. Bend your knees so that you can plant your hands. Step one leg back. Drop that leg down, drop that foot to the ground. Reach on up into that same stretch. And then I want you to reach back. If you can bring up that back foot, hold on to it. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. Release. Send that leg back now. Both hands on the ground. Stretch into a downward dog. We're gonna switch sides. Step that other leg forward. Drop the leg down. Drop the foot down. Rotate, open up. And then reach back. And if you went forward on the other side, go forward on this side. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release. Send it back. Downward dog. Walk those hands back to the feet. Walk your toes together. You can keep your back flexed, neck relaxed, bend your knees. Drop your butt down as far as you can, keeping your feet flat on the floor. And on this last one, I'm just gonna turn around, but you don't have to. Drop down to your butt, roll back onto your back, and take those ankles in your hands. Happy baby. Stretch out in whatever way feels best. If you wanna do some kicks, ninja kicks, if you wanna rock side to side, you can also take those knees in your hand. Take them into a big circle. And then finish giving yourself a nice big hug. Thank yourself for this little act of self-care today, this big act of self-care. And let's rock ourselves up into our seats. Thank you for coming to class today. I hope you enjoyed Conditioning and Power. I will bring MACE back in November. I had a lot of fun teaching MACE this month. We'll be doing it again, so stay tuned for more MACE work. Absolutely, I hope you enjoyed Conditioning and Power. We will definitely be exploring just new ways to train in the new year. It's been a lot of classes, guys, and I still really enjoy it, but doing that MACE class made me realize how much I enjoy when I bring something new to the table. So if there's anything that you're interested in, please give me a little shout out. I will see what I can do to make that a part of our practice. And also, I'm learning new things as I start a new phase in my training journey. It's been really eye-opening getting to work with a whole different subset of athletes since my move. So I'm happy to bring that new knowledge to you as well. So I hope you enjoyed some Conditioning and Power focused work, some MACE work. I love you. Thank you for coming. Love yourself. And I will see you in November.